Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a slightly different video from what I'm accustomed to. Today we're going to talk about my disappointing books. I actually saw that Katie from Chapter Stacks posted a video about books that were disappointing for her, and she made a really good point about how she likes to see other people's perspectives on books that maybe you enjoy. I personally really like that as well, and now I do try to stay pretty positive on my channel, and I normally just like to share books with you guys that I personally really enjoyed and that I would recommend. However, I do have a small little stack of books down there that I want to share with you guys and just give a different perspective, I guess. I just wanted to keep this video really short, so if you guys want me to do another video, then let me know and I will be sure to dig out extra books that have disappointed me. Right now, I tried to keep it short. I only picked out 5, and please, if you personally like this book, don't take it as like I'm trying to tell you that no, this book was awful and you're wrong. Like, everybody is free to have an opinion regarding books. If you like a book but I hated a book, that's fine. Everybody is welcome to have their own opinion, and like I said, sometimes it's nice to see other people's perspectives on books that you enjoy. I think that's really interesting. I don't know, maybe I'm just weird. But anyway, so I wanted to share those books with you guys, and I'm gonna get started. I'm gonna start out with a book that I actually enjoyed, but it did leave me a little bit disappointed, and that is The Fill-In Boyfriend by Kasie West. This was one of my most anticipated books of the year. I was really excited about this. This is my first Kasie West book. I have heard amazing things about Kasie West as a writer. She's a really popular young adult contemporary writer, and this book is about a girl. Her boyfriend breaks up with her like right on the prom, like on the parking lot, and she decides to grab a guy who was dropping off his sister and convinces him to pretend to be her boyfriend. Obviously the plan goes awry. She then is forced to lie to her friends, but through it all she kind of becomes close to him and they end up falling in love. Like, that's kind of, you know, it's kind of that typical situation. The problem that I had with this book, I expected it to be so much more. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It wasn't terrible, but there was just some elements to this that really kind of left me a bit confused, and I wanted personally maybe a bit more growth from the character, especially with the friendships. There was a lot of potential with the friendships in this book, and I just felt like the ending didn't do it justice. It's still keeping it. I'm not getting rid of this book or anything, but it isn't one of the first books that I think of to recommend to someone if they are in the mood for like a sweet romantic contemporary. I'd probably just end up telling them to read something by like Rainbow Rowell or Stephanie Perkins instead. So yeah, that was the first book. Next book, it's kind of in the same vein as the last one. This is The Senator's Daughter by Melinda Salisbury. Another one of my most anticipated releases. When I first read the synopsis of this, I thought that it was essentially going to be Shatter Me set in a fantasy world. The main protagonist in this is told that her touch kills people. So essentially her job is to be the queen's assassin. The thing about this book though is that I wish it had been longer. Her power and the magical world and all these things were really interesting separately, but it just didn't feel like it came together perfectly for me in this book, and I really wish that it had been longer, particularly because I felt in the beginning not a lot happened. There was a lot of setting up, but at the same time, when you got to the end, it felt like there wasn't enough setup. I just really wish that it had been longer. Certain things had been explained a little better. Also, this is one of those books where in the last chapter almost, you have a cliffhanger curveball thrown in there that you're just like, what the like, how did that happen when there's just like 30 pages left in the book? And I wasn't a huge fan of that. This book hurts me, guys, because I had such high expectations, and I don't think it was a bad book. I just wish that it had been expanded and maybe worked on a little bit more. And the cover's so freaking beautiful. Love, Rosie by Cecilia Ahern. I went into this really excited. I absolutely loved the first maybe quarter of the book. It's a really interesting book. It's told through like emails and letters and chats. However, the main problem that I had with this book, it's a very, very, very slow burn romance. I do know a lot of people really like this. I know Zoe from Read by Zoe really liked this. I just personally didn't. It frustrated me to no end. At one point I actually got so frustrated. I never even finished this book, and it got to the point where I got so frustrated that I actually stopped reading, and then I just went to like the last chapter to find out what happened at the end. And when I found out how long it took for these two characters to get together, I felt like throwing this out the window. This book just wasn't for me. I did absolutely love the movie though, but this book just was not for me. I think I just mentioned this book quite recently actually. It is Panic by Lauren Oliver. This is the first Lauren Oliver book that I read. I do have Delirium, but I actually have really no interest in reading it after reading this, to be honest. I bought this because of BookTube. I either was about to start my BookTube channel or I had just started it and I heard everybody talking about this. I think my main problem with this book, I went in thinking that it was going to be some sort of dystopian because of how everybody described it. I didn't think that it was just going to be like very realistic. So I was just really disappointed by this, which is sad because I've heard really good things, but I just don't think that this was for me. The characters were kind of annoying. I didn't really like them. I didn't connect to any of them, so I just never got a chance to finish it. And this is one of the books that I was very disappointed by because I had heard so many amazing things. There's another book that I also got because of BookTube in the beginning. This is Love Letters to the Dead by Ava Dellaira. That's how far I've got. This book is about a young girl. For her English class, she is assigned to write letters to dead people. I really liked the idea. I liked the beginning of it, but it just, once I kind of stopped reading it and I put it down, it just never called back to me again. It had a very similar feel to The Perks of Being a Wallflower, and honestly The Perks of Being a Wallflower is one of my all-time favorite books, and to be honest I would just rather reread The Perks of Being a Wallflower than finish this. So I did put it down. I never finished reading it. So that was it for my disappointing books. Again, if any of you guys like these books, please don't feel like I am telling you that you are wrong and that you shouldn't like these books. Feel free to like these books as much as you like. Just for me personally, I didn't enjoy them as much as I wanted to. That is going to be it for this video. I'm gonna go now because I have to edit this and upload it, and then I have to get started on my NaNoWriMo story, which I have been very good about it, guys. I currently have over 17,000 words, which I think is really good. And I'm gonna try to get my writing done early today because I've been trying to read Cinder because I'm going to meet Marissa Mayer on the 15th and I haven't had a chance to really delve into the book, and I want to try and reread everything before the 15th because I'm just so excited about winter. I'm so excited. Anyway, so that's gonna be it for this video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. Please let me know any books that you were disappointed with down in the comment section below. I'd be really interested to know, particularly if it's any books that I personally really like. Like I said, I really like hearing other people's opinions, particularly on books that I really enjoyed. But I think that's gonna be it for this video, and I will see you guys soon with another one. Bye guys! So today's video is going to be my wrap-up video, and it's gonna be very short because I only read 2 books this month.